In this video, I'm going to walk through the basic steps of setting up a Facebook ad campaign. And this video is made in partnership with the video on how to set up a landing page for your Shopify site, and with the overall goal of using Facebook ads to drive traffic to your landing page and get email subscribers. So first of all, click on this gear icon in the upper right corner of your Facebook page and click on Create Ads. If you don't see that, you should see something about managing ads or something along the lines of that. So click on something, whatever you see there that looks like it's related to creating an ad. And when it asks you this, what kind of results do you want for your ads? We're going to focus on clicks to website right now. You could also do website conversions, but to do this, the easiest, quickest way to get started, and also what I believe to be probably the cheaper way to get started, we're just going to focus on clicks to website. And then here you're going to put in the URL of the landing page that you just created. And so that landing page that we just made for your Shopify site is right here in your browser. So it's probably your Shopify domain or your Shopify site /pages/ whatever title you gave it. Sign up for our free newsletter, for example. If you've already changed your URL to not have the My Shopify by linking up your own domain, like for example, my landing page here is survivalknifeexperts.com/pages, then that's fine as well. But just grab the URL of your landing page here in your browser, copy and paste it here into the Facebook ad manager. And once you've done that, it will give you, it'll pull an image from that page if you have one, or you can upload another image of maybe one of your products or something like that. We're just going to start with that image right there. And next we will give it a headline and some text here. The headline I would use is something like free fashion tips, and that's just a quick off the top of my head headline. You might want to put some more effort into picking a good headline, and you can do some research. Facebook has some good information here on how to write a good headline, and you can also just do a Google search for how to write good copy for these ads. The text here would be something along the lines of explaining something that gets someone interested in clicking on this ad. So I'm just going to throw in some text there. You might want to put some more thought into writing some more creative or more effective text there. I'm going to turn off the newsfeed ads right there just because I haven't experimented with them yet. You could try them for sure. We're just going to focus on using the right column ads. And what that means is that the newsfeed ads are going to show up in the middle of the Facebook page in the newsfeed along with people's status updates. The right column is just going to show over here on the right sidebar. So I've only used the right column so far, but feel free to try the newsfeed one as well if you want to. Click newsfeed there, or I'm sorry, not the newsfeed. We're not doing the newsfeed. Okay, and next scroll down to the Create Your Audience section, and what you can do is start putting in different interests that are related to your niche. So, for example, we might put in fashion accessories, clothing, women's clothing, and you can really kind of narrow down. Like for my survival knife ad, I put in things like camping, backpacking, survivalism, basically whatever you think is going to be relevant to your audience. You don't want to get too broad with that. The broader you get, the more chance there is that people will not be as interested in your niche. For example, with survival knives, if I were to show my ads to anyone who, for someone who's interested in fishing, for example, that may not be the best audience for me. So I'd be spending money to get traffic who may not really be interested in my niche or in my products. So that wouldn't be the most effective use of my advertising dollars. So instead, just try to focus in on only the groups and only the interests that are really relevant to your niche. If you want to, you can change any of these factors if they are relevant to your niche. They may or may not be. It's really up to you as far as whether or not these things have an effect on whether or not they'd be interested in your product. Down here, you can give your campaign a name, just something to help you know what it is and which one it is if you have multiple campaigns. You can give it a budget of per day. That's what I would recommend. That's what I did. Right now I'm doing $10 a day. And then you can run it continuously. That's what I do. Or if you need to start and stop at a certain time, you can do that. For our purposes, though, of building up a newsletter subscriber list, you'd probably want to run it continuously. Of course, you can always pause it or cancel it in the future if you need to. If you want to, you can manually set your maximum bid for clicks. It's probably a good idea. You don't want to be bidding, probably several dollars per click at this point. I would try to get your clicks 15 cents or lower if possible. That will vary, though, depending on your niche and how competitive it is. And I would leave this as bidding for clicks versus for impressions. And then at this point, you can review and place your order. If you haven't already entered some credit card information, Facebook will ask you to do that to pay for your ads. From there, you would want to, as I mentioned in the podcast, you'd want to set up a second version of this ad. Probably use a different picture or a different headline or different wording, and just test it out and see which one works better. So that's just a very quick, very basic overview of setting up a Facebook ad campaign. Hopefully that kind of introduced you a little bit and helped you to see that it's really not too difficult. And I would recommend also doing some other research before you spend too much money on Facebook ads. Just start doing some Google searches for strategy on Facebook or just kind of making sure you understand the basics. I wish you the best of luck with your Facebook ad and driving traffic to this landing page. I'm more than happy to help you if you have any questions, so feel free to leave a comment below. And thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.